Angela Merkel's office released this photo taken at the G7, which tells you a lot about how things went. Fantastic thread interpreting that photograph from T. Fletcher. That link is on Rich Wrap-Ups as well. He tweets, "This photo has rightly caught our attention, partly the anger and frustration that Angela Merkel's team must have felt in order to tweet it, but more because it captures a moment of great jeopardy, a moment of despair and sadness in Western capitals, including Washington, of incredulous laughter in Moscow, of relief for the world's tyrants and despots, of reluctant acceptance that while we were busy building driverless cars, we ended up with a driverless world." I thought that was powerful as well. Well worth reading the entire series of tweets. In a matter of seconds, you can destroy trust with 280 Twitter characters. Angry Trump torpedoed the G7's global world trade order. The president lashed out at Canadian Prime Minister for making false statements, while key advisors accused Trudeau of backstabbing. And the G7 was certainly in disarray after Trump rejected the communique and attacked a weak Justin Trudeau, called him dishonest and weak, arrived at the summit in Canada left early to fly to Singapore, nevertheless appeared to agree a form of words on contentious issues thanks to an all-night negotiating session by officials from all sides. But after leaving for Singapore, Trump tweeted personal attacks on Trudeau and said that he had told his representatives not to sign the summit communique, turning what had already been a tense meeting of the world's leading industrialized democracies into a fiasco. PM Justin Trudeau acted so meek and mild, he tweeted, only to give a news conference after I left, saying that US tariffs were kind of insulting and he will not be pushed around. Very dishonest and weak, he claimed. Even for a presidency as capricious as Trump's, his action marked a new blurring of lines between his personal feelings towards other leaders and US government policy. A few minutes before Trump sent out his inflammatory tweets, his hawkish national security advisor John Bolton appeared to anticipate them by sending a tweet of his own, deriding the G7 summit he had just attended. Just another G7 where the countries expect America will always be their bank. The president made it clear today, no more. Tweets were a blow, of course, to the French President Emmanuel Macron and the German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Trudeau was visibly upset, and he said there will not be a sunset clause. We cannot sign a trade deal that expires automatically every 5 years. So really an extraordinary G7. The President also spoke about letting Vladimir Putin back in. And then, if you follow what is the response, when the village idiot spoils your traps and upturns your syrup buckets, invite him to dinner, fill his body with venison, rye whiskey and butter tarts until the goose fat glistens on his chin, then set him on the porch, affront the bears you lured to the yard. He was one. Macron called out Trump, "You're not comfortable with an agreement signed by your predecessor, maybe just because it was signed by your predecessor," which is something I've also said before. But don't stop others from respecting it. Lagarde in this photograph is seen staring at Trump as he turned up late at the G7 gender equality session. Both Xi and Putin have been surprised and shocked by the rapidity of US's decline. This is an article in Axios. And I think, they couldn't have prayed for a more extraordinary outcome in their favor than they're getting at the moment.